This is what it looks like outside. Welcome to Minnesota. So, what do you do when it looks like this? You go down and continue working on your bike shop. So that's what I'm gonna do. Heading down to check out the progress on my bike shop. It's pretty awesome. I actually got quite a ways compared to the last video I did. And here we are. Here is the bike shop as it stands today. Oh. Zoom all the way out so you can get kind of a good look at it. Much, much, much cleaner. There isn't crap all over the floor. Much better. So we'll start over here with the tool wall. This is all my Park bottom bracket tools. Got chain tool there and pedal wrench. That guy right there, very unique tool. Those are for doing the backside of your chainring bolts. Holds the backside of the bolt in place while you use the Allen wrench on the front side. Chain measuring tool for chain stretch. Pretty cool hacksaws. And got this guy, so the combination of a hacksaw and this tool right here, which is the guide, you can cut handlebars and things like that with that. Pretty sweet. Hammers, third hand tool right there, wire cutters, screwdrivers, and these are all the tools you hope you don't ever have to use on a bicycle, especially vice grips. You don't really want to have to use vice grips on your bicycle. If you do, you know things aren't going so good. Truing stand, and my favorite tool of all, this is called a nipple driver. So when you're putting a wheel together, you stick this on the top side. When you have the tire and rim strip off, you can actually get the top of the nipple and thread it tight. Springfield, this reminds me I have a project where I have to put that on my BMX bike because I was running out of room tire clearance with my old brake, and just getting things organized. Now what I have remaining is I just have to start figuring out a place for all these things. I've got these little thin wrenches, cone wrenches is what we generally call them. They fit when you're tightening wheel axle nuts and things like that. Files, these come in handy, especially after you use that tool and the hacksaws to kind of smooth things out. Socket wrench for my BMX bike for putting on pegs. I believe that's a 19 millimeter or a 17, something like that. 17 millimeter, and got some pegs over there. Grips, stems. Oh, I got this Thompson stem. This is pretty nice. 50 millimeter Thompson 4-bolt stem, made in USA. Probably either find a place for that or sell it. Here's the derailleur hanger I bent last year. As you can see, it's not very straight. And got the replacement ones. So lots of progress. That thing needs to go in my gun safe because it's kind of stupid to have it down here on my bike workbench. I'm starting to organize up here a little bit. Got all my tubes. Got a fat bike tube, a BMX tube, some 26-inch tubes. I still have, I have like a big dummy which will use these 26-inch tubes, things like that, but they're kind of not very useful right now. I do have an extra 27.5 plus tube, some road bike tires, things like that. Fork wall. Couple of BMX forks, fat bike fork that needs to go on the Minnesota 2.0 framed bike that I have, fat bike. Bomber fork I have yet to use. Little commuter bag. So here's some miscellaneous bike parts, mostly brake stuff, and then over here are all the non-bike related items. I just need to find out where else in my house I want to put those things. My BMX bike, standard STA. That thing is dope. And I got my Heller in the stand. This is the bike I'm going to be riding this summer, doing lots of videos with this thing. Some skills tips, trails, lots of fun. And I gotta figure out what to do with all these tires and wheels that I've collected over time. A lot of fat bike tires, things like that. We'll figure it out. But this is way better than it was. I'm pretty stoked on this. Now I could actually work on my bike and feel like I've got some progress. Much easier to do things when my tools are easily accessible on the wall and I don't have to search through a pile of shit to get to them. And I'll be working on my Heller here, just doing a little cleanup, making sure everything's adjusted right. Summer's coming pretty soon. I know I just showed you a huge pile of snow, but it is March, and here in Minnesota the snow melts pretty quickly this time of year. So I'd say by mid-April, our mountain bike trails should be opening, crossing my fingers. Because if they don't, you start to go insane. So here we go. Pretty stoked on my new bike shop. It's not really new, but it certainly feels new now. Thanks for watching.